All right. Stand tall or not at all. All right. So, like I said, the last stream will be pretty much edited out and edited in because of the simple fact that whenever I use the all 22, I get that little message from the NFL. So, we're back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's continue to grind and shine, baby. As they say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about the Illuminati party? To the window and to the wall, to the sweat literally drop down. And 1. All right, like I said, man, whenever I try to do some all 22, I told y'all I can't do all 22 no more. It's just the way it is. NFL is like, hey, open up. Open up, Lord. Them jokers came down and FBI raided me, man. Oh, boy. Them jokers FBI raided me so bad. Like, hey, you getting too good with this, man. No, you can't do Cavante Turpin all 22. So I got a little nasty message from the NFL, said that they took the video down due to the fact that I had that footage up there. So, hey, it's just for what it is. I can't look. I told y'all I'd try to give y'all some footages. Yes, indeed. So at the end of the day, man, it's rigged. It's rigged, baby. We can't just show y'all all 22 anymore. We can't. But we're back, though, But I would say that, man, days of being able in the past to be able to provide educational services as it relates to film breakdown and film footages, those days are done. I think that the NFL and the people that's at power have became such a hungry situation that everybody wants a piece of it. So every year they make it harder, they make it more difficult for content creators to be able to create content, because the way it's supposed to be, the NFL is a non-profit organization, but the things, their byproducts, everything is for profit, right? So they only utilize the nonprofit to escape tax money. But at the end of the day, they have the highest tax-based business in the world, because if a stadium is located in your area, right, and you're professing that you are a tax-free entity, but at the end of the day, everybody property taxes increases, the area around it, sale taxes increases. So it's a war within. You can't have it both ways, but the NFL figure it out. They have it both ways. So they're a nonprofit plus for-profit organization that spit upon anybody that's independent like I am, right? So it's just for what it is. It's nonprofit doesn't mean it doesn't make money, yeah, but it does mean that they have ways to skirt around the financial responsibilities of taxes, though. But that's a whole nother conversation. And what I'm getting at is that the way we present information, the way we try to get stuff out, far as colleges, football film, and NFL film Toxic Tom, it's brilliant. It's brilliant, But it's a way that they spit upon smaller content creators and everything else. So that's why I can only be on the screen sometimes, right? It's just for what it is. I work for a nonprofit, definitely profits. Yeah, counter up 214. So this is what it is. So enough of that tax law there. If you guys can reclip some of the footages that was done, there will be some editing going on, and the other footage or the other stream should be up. But I appreciate you. Yes, indeed. The profit is a whole effing it's crazy. Yeah. So, but it is for what it is. You need to shank it with a rusty spoon, Law. We got you. Yeah, jeez. All right, so where were we? We were talking about being able to be a top 15 or a top 10 defense. And let me see if I can do that opposed to tax attorney law. But wait. Don't reach out for me for any tax returns because, shoot, there's a few people you can play with. And look, IRS and paying those taxes, it ain't even in the Constitution. But if you don't pay them IRS folks, look, there's no way around them boys. They're going to say, hey, we'll take money orders, checks, credit cards, hard cash, coins. We'll take all of the money. We take it all. Just don't be late because what we would do is we would put interest on the money that you owe us. Plus, hey, for the land of the free and the home of the brave, man, they still robbing us, man. Where's the free? Where's the home of the braves? Shoot, you can't owe the IRS. It ain't nothing in the Constitution that you have to pay the IRS, but you better pay them. You can't go up there and say, hey, man, that's unconstitutional. And they will say, okay, but hey, once you spend time in the prison. And then here's the crazy thing about the IRS. It don't matter if you're blue, you're yellow, you're blacker than me, you're whiter than my teeth. It doesn't matter. They will take you down. USA! It's rigged, baby! Yo. Yes, it is rigged! Where's for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Shoot. Yeah. So, no.
Sitka Charles $5. Blah. Talk to VOCH. It was happening to him.
Yeah.
Showing all 22. He figured out how to get around IT.
Nah, because he called me. So all I can say is that with the all 22, it's the NFL thing. And you can zoom in as much as you want. You can highlight certain moments of that particular said player. But here's the problem, though, Cowboy Nation. I get what we call a manual review. Like, you got to outperform the AI when they auto-tech it, right? And then you got to outperform the rulings with certain people that will notify, like the NFL policyholders. And then there's a manual review. I got somebody probably assigned to Law Nation Sports that manually, it will let you know on YouTube. This is a manual review from an NFL, blah, blah, blah. And then they would take it down. Now, here's the other side. I'm just giving y'all free game. Under a manual review, it can get more egregious because now you're dealing with manipulation. So now YouTube, with a manual review, they can say you are manipulating their copyrighted content to make it uncopyrighted, and that goes against YouTube's bylaws or policies or content creators agreements, and you will be hit up with even more of a suspension if you are manually reviewed. And I get manually reviewed on any video that does north of 3,000 to 4,000 views. I'm already under their radar. So if I'm doing like a 200, 300 views, it's okay. They'll let me slide, right? But by being law, they're going to do a manual review. And if by them manually reviewing it, then I can be put into even more harms. But that's just for what it is. And it's just, it is not for the fact that you either work with the Cowboys or not. It's just the system that is in play. And it can get very nasty to that degree. So neither here nor there. It's one of those things that the system is the system, right? and you can break out from it. The whole ideology of YouTube is you in the tube, right? So if you're requiring or relying on other things to be visible, then that's a whole nother situation. And there are some constraints even for what I do just by even having the star on my stream, right? So there's a lot of things that I will get into, but it is for what it is. The system is whack, right? And different platforms allow different things, right? So, for example, Facebook, they don't care as much as on the video footages, but they for damn sure care about the music and stuff, For Instagram, it's a free flow, but then you get people. Here's what really grinds me, though, is that some journalists and some people will act as if, though, their content is not submitted to by other people. So what happens to me is that I would get a photograph or a footage from someone else to say, hey, I want you to share this. Or if I share said post, they can share it on their platform, which is cool. But when I share it on mine, it's considered, hey, man, you taking my work without crediting me. Hey, man, they slide in my DMs saying, hey, you took my work, you stealing, you thief, blah, blah, blah. Hey, can you take this down? And I'm saying, hey, I thought you gave it to me. But now I got to do extra research and search and say, this was the guy that took this photo. This was the person that handed it to me. And this is how we presenting information. But at the same time, you go to their pages and they're taking stuff from the NFL and they're not crediting their sources. So it's a very crazy way. It's crazy work, basically. I'm calling it crazy work. Shit. Like, if you present, I think that there should be a universal law that if you present some stuff on the internet and you having it out there, that should be fair use. If it's me with your photograph and I'm talking about your photograph, that should fall under the lines of fair use, right? Or if it's something that you took and I've taken it and I repurposed it, but I removed background and I transformed it to a degree that is not even recognizable as your original piece, then that should be falling, or that should be filed under the law of fair use, right? But the problem is with it is that people will see you grow and see your shine and they say, man, shit, I want some of that, or he's shining because of me. Like, nah. So that was the whole point. And I appreciate y'all support so much. That was the whole point of me taking a photograph, because they hit me up with a whole bunch of stuff of talking over video, right? Of actual practices that's going on. And say, hey, that's a no-no. So then when I took a photograph and talked about it and got even more views, that pissed them off. They're like, well, hey, they're like, damn, this dude is good, So, but at the end of the day, I still credit them, But at the end, I think that at the end of the day, I think that you guys come here for information, like for details of information, for content purposes, for to say, hey, I want a better insight to X, Y, and Z. I want to know exactly what this guy can do in this system, right? Or I want to know that if this guy can do X, Y, and Z, what will it be in this system? So that's why it's all like that. But I'm not beating up YouTube, but that's just how it is across all platforms, right? Yeah. So appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in for part 2 of this. Educational purposes, right? But I think that the YouTube was better, in my opinion, when the 3-ladder and the 4-ladder networks were not aware of the monetization aspect of it, right? I think average greeds shall conquer us all, but I think that now when people see the play of money being exchanged and people with free voices that can talk and know their stuff, then they look at it as a threat. Like no shade upon any of the other organizations, but they approach me differently because they don't see me they don't see me as a partner. They see me as literally they see me as competition. And that's even from the radio station that's here in Dallas. That's from all of the radio stations that's here in Dallas. That's from even the new platform, DLLS. Like, instead of seeing me as a partner, they see me as competition. And I think that we can work together instead of working against each other, because I don't give a damn about what they do, because at the end of the day, I think that we are all under the same umbrella, and I think we can all gain and earn things together. But at the end of the day, don't view me as competition. But they view me as competition. And then when they find out it's just Law by himself, oh, Lord, how's he? Then now everybody else got to add to play to pump up their content and pump up their work. And I said, don't do that. At the end of the day, we just talking ball, right? We shouldn't be looking at it as competition. It's just crazy how they look at that. So they would rather go all the way around, pick everybody but me, and then at the end of the day, say to them damn self, damn, we should have just reached out and picked Law, you know? But at the end of the day, I look at it as a slap in the face and disrespectful for you to go to everybody else and then turn around and come to me last. Nah, shit, you should have came to me first. But now, no, I don't want it. You know, I don't want it. I'd rather just get it out of the mud myself, right? You know, don't look at me as the third and fourth, fifth option because of you viewing me as competition. It's just crazy how that goes. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, the internet was way better when everything was not in the algorithm, when you could just surf in peace. Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of hate. It's a lot of and then you can't talk about your success as much because people look at that as brashing and bolstering. Like right now, I can definitively say that I have the biggest voice in all of Cowboys content. Why? And I'm not bullsugaring anybody, because 19 million views in the last 90 days, networks are not doing that. So when you look at it and you germane it just to YouTube, I'm not doing 19 millions on YouTube. But collectively, my impressions, when they look at the raw numbers, my impressions is higher than any radio station, right? My viewership across all platforms is higher than any network, even including ESPN on any topic. And if you look at the total impressions, we did 29 million impressions. Think about that. That's 29 million impressions, right? 19 million views. That's just only on one platform. We did 2.5 million on TikTok, and then we do averaging of north of 5 to 8 million on YouTube. Cowboys.com is not doing that. The DLLS is not doing that. 105 is not doing that. 1310, the ticket, is not doing it. Nobody is doing the numbers that I'm doing it. So, but I don't go out here and walk around with my chest out and say that these are the things that I'm doing because I'm humbled, you know. So I just let the numbers speak for themselves. And yeah, by me being stretched out far and thin, I may not hit that number only on YouTube, but if you look at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Twitter and Snapchat, nobody is doing all of those impressions and numbers, right? So therefore, me being independent is like, okay, all right, so he's independent. Who are his X, Y, and Z things, right? So it's just for what it is. But some people get tunnel vision and they say, yeah, I'm king of YouTube. Yeah, you can have that. You can do good numbers on YouTube. But what are you doing on Facebook? What are you doing on TikTok? What are you doing on Twitch? What are you doing on other monetizable platforms? You see, so that's just for what it is. And the problem is sometimes people will only look at it from this aspect. And I hate going down this road, you know what I'm saying? But it is for what it is. So universally known, I can go anywhere, right? And the difference is between me and anyone else, the same person that you see in this chair, I'm the same person outside. So you don't have that either. You know, you don't have the personality to match it and marry it, right? So it's good to be one person inside your own studio, right? But what happens when it's time for you to be outside? Can you be that same person? What time is before you to set up your own platform and have your own internet? My internet traffic is crazy too, because on my personalized website, we did about 4 million there. So I don't want to get into that bag of talking about personalized website. So, but it just for what it is, Cowboy Nation. And this is just the beginning because we got to do more and more things down the stretch. But what I want to do is talk about this and off of this subject matter of just Law Nation sports. And I tell people all the time, be multiple. Don't paint yourself into one corner, right? And you will see those that I even help. They are being multiple. They are planting themselves on other platforms, and they taking heed to what Law Nation is saying, right? Like just don't marry yourself just to YouTube. Marry yourself to Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and any other new platform that's out there. Kick app, just marry yourself to all of them. You just never know what can happen for you down the stretch. So at the end of the day, I can help you out more than, hurt you out in these type of situations. All right. So with that being said, we were talking about what will or how could the NFL Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, be a top 15 in defense. And let me see if I can pull this up. I had AI. I punched that into AI, and she gave me some good points right here. Let me see if I can resubmit this over again because I had to reset some things. So bear with me. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna do it again, and we're gonna talk about it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So, all right. Continue here. And we're going to get things going the best way possible. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. We'll get things moving the best way possible, Cowboy Nation. Appreciate all of y'all. Boom. I asked the chat, what will it take for the Cowboys to be top 15 for defense this season? And let's see if what we can do by him being the new defensive coordinator. And we have started off with this type of conversation for the nation. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in while we build a plane as we fly, right? And first and foremost, let's get it this way. And thank you, everybody, for jumping in.
For the Dallas Cowboys to be a top 15 defense in the 2025 season, several key things must align, from coaching and player health to improved interior presence and tackling discipline. So
she said, we're going to get this going. Appreciate everybody. So the question of the matter is, before we go in here, since it's a new show, we're going to stick on defensive side. And we can add in the run game because I got to marry the run game. But specifically, we're going to talk about defense. On the defensive side, the Dallas Cowboys, who's your dark horse on the defensive side? What will it take? My guy says it'll take Jesus. Who's your dark horse on the defensive side? Whether it's Kenneth Murray, he can be a dark horse. Elam Kid, he could be a dark horse. Marshawn Nealon, he's on the title of this video. Who's your dark horse? And we're going to work from there. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, and let's go.
In the 2025 season, several key things must align, from coaching and player health to improved interior presence and tackling discipline. With Matt Eberflus now running the defense, here's what it will take. 1. Matt Eberflus. Establishing identity. Early Eberflus thrives on fast, assignment-sound defenses with a focus on takeaways. He must implement his system quickly.
All right, so he must implement his system quickly. I see that expect a return for more zone and heavy discipline scheme, less gambling like what we did with Dan Quinn's system, right? And we got to be able to be multiples in our spots, okay?
2. Better run defense up the middle. In 2024, the Cowboys struggled to stop the run consistently. Improvement depends on Maisie Smith's leap in year 2 or the veteran stepping up at DT. Linebackers staying clean and making downhill plays.
Yeah. And that's especially DeMarvin Young overshown, and we got to make sure that our guys can stay healthy.
Especially if DeMarvin
come on with it.
EPOY level, everything flows. Eberflus could use him as more of a floater, maximizing matchup advantages. Keeping him healthy all season is non-negotiable. 4, depth players must contribute. Sam Williams, Marshawn Nealand, and Donovan Eziruaku need to step up as rotational rushers. Daron Bland and Trevon Diggs must stay healthy in the secondary. If injuries hit again, like in 2024, depth has to produce. No drop-offs.
Come on with it.
5, fewer mental mistakes and missed tackles. Cowboys ranked near the bottom in missed tackles last year. Eberflus will emphasize technique and wrap-up tackling, but it has to show up on Sundays.
So these are all what they're talking about in order for this particular team to be a top 15, and I'm going to let her finish it out. Come on, let's finish it out.
Limiting explosive plays is critical to staying in the top half of the league. 6th, scheme fit plus personnel discipline. Eberflus needs smart, reactive defenders who trust the scheme. No freelancing. Everyone must do their job. Role players like Juanya Thomas, Israel Mukwamu, and Osa Odigizua have to stay assignment sound. Final thought. If the Cowboys pair a healthy Micah Parsons with improved run defense, smart secondary play, and full buy-in to Matt Eberflus's philosophy, top 15 is not only possible, it's expected. You want a top 10 defense? That's going to take elite DT play, takeaways, and Micah going nuclear.
Oh, snap, the AI done spoke, baby. So the secret formula is what y'all been saying with the defensive tackle. You know, she said, go out there and grab an elite defensive tackle. She on the money with it. Shoot, she on the money with it. In an elite defensive tackle, which will embodies a trade situation. Let me see. Let me type in who are the top 10 defensive tackles in the National Football League. And I'm going to put one tech because I'm quite sure another 3 tech is just a log jam right there. Man, come on. You got to pay. Look, Eric, I saw you pay the $20 on your way on my way out. So Eric done paid about $25, man. I'm all down for extorting the man, but God dog, hey, Eric, even though it's a new stream, hey, I appreciate your support, but I ain't gonna do the man like that, you know. But at the end of the day, just don't be talking too reckless, or that fine money will increase even more for this particular show on today. All right, so what we're gonna ask the chat GPT on is this right here. And I appreciate you guys so much for jumping in and getting things going the best way possible with everything and getting things moving and grooving. Here we go right here. The let me see, what will it, let me see, all topics. Who are the top 10 defensive tackle, one tech in the NFL right now? And let me see what list is going to be generated, because that would be the greatest part. And who is Adam Butler? All right, so here are the top 10 defensive tackles that's in the league right now. Chris Jones, who I'm looking at Chris Jones as more of a 3 tech than a 1 tech. It's going to be hard for him to do anything of that nature. Dexter Lawrence, I don't think that he's tradable at this point. Cam Hayward, He's 35. He's still with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got him as a top 10. Quinnen Williams, they got him as a lockdown interior guy. That would be like heaven if the Cowboys can fool around and get Quinnen Williams. They got number 5, believe it or not, Milton Williams, who's with the Patriots now, who played for the Eagles last season. They got Jonathan Allen, Grady Jarrett, Javon Hargraves, and Adam Butler. I don't know who Adam Butler is as a rotational guy from the Vegas team. You guys can look at that. These are the numbers that were spit out for 2024 last season. I put it top 10 active NFL defensive tackles, one tech / nose tackles, and this is what they came out according to PFF. So I don't have the necessary bandwidth to see whether or not it's going to be somebody that's a little bit more tangible than that. But one thing I can tell you for sure is, let me see if I can go to here. Appreciate y'all, man, so much for tuning in. If we pair up Parsons with some interior threat, I'm talking about a wrecking ball of an interior threat, I think that this would be a situation that the Cowboys, it'll be a no-brainer. They got a lot of missing pieces. They got a lot of missing pieces on defensive tackles of who's really good. Here's the thing, and I don't think AI can understand like who's really a good defensive tackle. And AI probably won't understand that part of it. Jeffrey Simmons is real good. Quinnen Williams is really good. To a degree, those guys are not one techs. We got Osa and Solomon Thomas. To a degree, Tommy may be really good down the stretch too, as it relates to what he can and can't do as a rotational situation. And that's Tommy, the rookie guy. And it'll be such a far reach for us to say that he will be a guy that's going to be turning heads, but there's been storylines of guys drafted later in the rounds to turn out to be good, like a Grady Jarrett, I meant to say, who was a later round draft pick who fell upon the right system, and it worked out well for us with him. But what I'm going to do here is, before we make our segue into our Franklin law firm piece, you know, sometimes you got to fight for the things that you want, right? Miracles do exist. Yeah. Miracles do exist. You know, I would like to add a little humor to everything. And miracles do exist. Watch this right quick, Cowboy Nation. Yeah. Bear with me, baby. Let's get this going the best way possible.
I got $5. You tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. Tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. I give you $5. How many of them? I know you can see, baby. Look, over here. Look, you ain't blind, motherfucker.
See, some people say that they blind, but they ain't blind, man. Yo, they probably not blind at all. Y'all, like, let me watch it one more time.
I got $5.
I got $5. I got $5. You show. How many fingers I'm holding up?
How many of them? I know you can see, baby. Look, over here.
I got $5, man, to tell y'all if you ain't willing to fight for your food like this right here. Yeah.
What that is?
Come on, boy.
That look good.
That
I
look
know
good.
It tastes good. Stand right there and I'll let you know how good it is.
What
Yeah.
that is? You got your nose running that good?
Yeah.
I'm right. Oxtail, motherfucker.
Where you got oxtail from?
The lady friend. Yeah.
Friend of mine.
Yeah.
A friend of yours.
Yep, you don't know.
I ain't
Yeah.
even see you come in here with this plate. I ain't see
That
nobody
was the
come in here.
idea.
That was the
Now you got
idea.
this plate.
That was the idea.
The idea.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do? Make an announcement?
Yeah, you supposed to let me know, man.
Well, now you know.
I'm D. Warren Washington. Remember that. Don't ever forget.
You the hungry one, wasn't I ain't.
I ain't gonna be hungry. I'll take your plate.
Yeah.
You got to have something to eat it with, called tea. How you gonna eat this and ain't got no tea?
What you mean? I'm gonna have my tea.
In a bag Then you get out the hospital. And shit, you gonna eat all right, boy? You all right? You think that damn pit bull of yours raised hell by the food? Boy, get your ass away from him.
Hey, let that man eat them oxtails in peace. You know it's some good food, man. Get your ass away from here. You know? No doubt, man. Cowboy Nation, let's continue to grind the shot.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance company.
And they understand
Call
the
Frenkel
cost
first.
that is involved.
No doubt, man. Y'all got to understand the cost. That boy said, get your ass away from around here, man. Don't play around with people's food, man. Especially them oxtails, man. They'll cut you dead over some oxtails. But neither here nor there. 214-817 and all of the threes you can dial. Be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They have a team of experts with a combined over 100 years of experience. Now, I would say, with this, try to reach out to them during business hours. Now, after hours, wait for them to reach back to you. And if everything aligns straight, then they will reach out to you on all what they can do to help you. That's the whole name of the game, is to help. But you got to do your part too. So reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. Keep this in mind too. If you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com. They will be able to assist you from there. Now, my hotline for my line is 657-390-7391. Come on with it. And we're going to let anybody that's free right now to call in. That's 657-390-7391. That is the hotline for your mind. Expecting the lawyer to pick up at T-Jack said 3 o'clock a.m. Pick up, Frenkel. Gee, where you at? I need somebody to put some money on my books, man. Leave a message, man. Leave a ringtone. Leave a voicemail message. All right. What we gonna do? If this clock expires and nobody call in, then we can all go home and have the rest of our days to do some film and footages and stuff like that. Appreciate everybody, man. Nick says they're not 24/7. Yeah, they're not 24/7. But they do have answering services. You leave your information down and they should be able to assist you with that. And nothing is guaranteed, but everything is promised to have a good conversation. I would tell you guys, from the 213, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, Law Nation?
Not much, man. What you got for the show on this beautiful day?
I got a lot of little issues going on with the things they talking about with the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're going to go undefeated this year.
Man, all the way to the Super Bowl and all, right? You know, because
all that.
We're going to win every game.
No, you know what? The hard part is they're going to lay everybody off and we might lose 1 or 2 games at the end of the year. You know?
Okay. We're going to win every game under the conditions that we can win, but the games we decided not to, it's just because we didn't try to. My mindset is your philosophy is my philosophy, bro. If we can go undefeated, man, be recognized as the greatest team ever in the National Football League, I would take that all the way to the bank and beyond. I would try to give you the whole starters, every starter that's on the team jersey. If that happened, bro, I'm going to figure out a way to get you a jersey on all of them. You know what I mean?
I'm going to be waiting on it, dude. I'm going to be waiting on it. But you know what I hope they do, though? I hope they put that
what they call it, that package together on third down, they can actually use it more even on first and second down. But I'm looking to see the new guy, the new guy that just came in, our third round pick, defensive end.
Third round.
You remember the defensive end we just picked up? Where he came from? What team was that? What college? I mean.
Oh, you talking about second round? Donovan Ezewaku, huh?
Yeah. See, one thing that I was looking at, and they've been saying how our package ain't as good as last year or the year before or whatever. Well, I think they totally out of line, because if you put him with Parson at linebacker, and then turn around and put Williams and Fowler at the corners, and what's his name? Man, I can't think of the other guy's name. Put him at the one spot.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a vicious. They can't stop them boys. They gonna get a sack every time they line up like that.
Yeah.
Because then you can have Parsons and have them hitting the A and B gap. You see what I'm saying? Let them rush from the inside.
Man, hey, all I can say is I can't wait to see it. What's your name so I can lock you in, fam, from the 213?
Dana.
Dennis?
Dana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dana, like the what's that guy name from the UFC, UFL, something like that. No. But Dana, yeah, I got you. All right, I'm gonna put Cowboys Dana. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be waiting on my jerseys now.
I mean, shoot, what size you wear? Shoot, what size you wear, Dana? Shoot.
3X.
3X. Damn, you're gonna make it hard for me. But hey, I got you, man. I got you, Cowboys Dana. Hey, one other thing that I want to hear you say is how about them Cowboys? I want to hear you say that, bro.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them boys, man? That's my guy, Dana, not White, but the Cowboys. Come on with it, man. Yeah, Dana White, I forgot what all he do, man. But Dana White is a guy that do those octagon. He's like a promoter. He set up those type of things. But shout out to my guy, Dana. I'm not going to beat him up, because when y'all hear people say we going undefeated, we win in the Super Bowl and all of this stuff, I feel the same way when people say we only going to win 2 or 3 games. Yeah. 3X Dana. Yeah, hold on. He's still in here. Let me make sure I put that jersey size in there. 3X. Yeah, 3X. Stitched. I'm going to put stitches on those jerseys, man. So when you wash it, the numbers ain't going to go away. I got 2 other colors. I got the 469 and I got the 210. But from the 469, what's on your mind? You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Law Nation, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, as Tony the Tiger would say, man. What you got for me, man?
First and foremost, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your content. I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in, Chief.
Yeah, so I feel like this defense can return to something special, like as in terms of what we had that one year where we had those crazy turnovers, a bunch of sacks. And the reason I say that is because I feel like we have the depth, even though some of that depth, they're rookies. But I just feel like with Sam, a.k.a. Slam Williams, coming back, and
right,
number 13 now. Oh boy, what's his name from Dallas?
Dante Fowler. Yeah.
We got Micah is going to be in the mix. You got a bunch of guys, and I just feel like we could return to that, and maybe with some picks, because the way they're going to be rushing, it's not going to give the quarterback a lot of time. So, what do you think about that?
I think that these are the things that we can really look at and really get going, bro. Yeah, I think that those things can work its way out. It's just that we have to see it in order for us to understand it, right? And understanding the like past performance doesn't equal future performance. Of course, we get that part of it. But one thing I can say for sure would be the ideology of how Matt Eberflus and his system works, and then with the offensive line emphasis on running the ball with Clayton Adams' philosophy and as with Connor Riley. I think that the offense run game will help the defense, and that's why I'm hoping that we can be top 15 on defense. That's why I'm hoping.
One more question. Do you think our new coach, Mr. Shoddy, you think he's gonna be like, and if they mess up, or like, you think we're gonna see that this year, or more just conservative and I guess calm?
No, I think Shoddy he got the aggressions of a true play caller. I think that if you look back at what the Seattle Seahawks was doing when he was calling plays for Russell Wilson, he knows when to take the thing is, it's nothing to do about being so creative, whereas you got the punt kicker throwing the football and all of this stuff. The ideology should be, can the Cowboys play a balanced approach, and can we dictate what teams are trying to do, and not teams dictating us to us what we trying to do. I couldn't get that word out for some strange reason. Sure. But that's just for what it is. Yeah. So dictating,
It's that damn heat. It's that damn heat shit.
Hell yeah. So shit, we gonna have to be able to be the people that leans in and dictate the things, and not us being dictated. That's a better way to say it. Pause if necessary, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So we got the big stick policy now. You come on with it.
That's what I play all day.
Yeah. We ruling with the big stick now. If I can say it in that way, man. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at on this side of the situation.
Well, man, I can't wait. I feel like, man, we got the right coaches. They're young, they're innovative. Man, I'm hyped up. My brother might be returning to the nation. He's a 49er fan, so he's a closet Cowboys fan, but
wait a minute.
He's coming back. The nation is growing. Damn it, if he come back.
Tell him to keep rooting for them damn 49ers there, man, because, I can't stand them Niners.
Yeah, he don't keep rooting for them 49ers. That's a lost cause, my brother.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, and thank you for. What's your name so I can lock you in?
My name's Ralphie, but I'm in the chat or on Instagram or whatever. I'm Count Up 214.
Counter 214, right?
No, Count Up. Like
count up. Count up. Okay.
Count Up 214. Yeah, 214. That's me in the chat. So I'm always in the chat, whether I'm at work or I gotta get my fix.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man, for keeping the show alive. Thank you so much for your support, bro.
Thank you, Lord. God bless you.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. God bless you, man. Yes, indeed, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. I got Green. You're in with the 210. Talk to me. You're live.
Hey, La. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back on the stream. I saw that you got cut off there.
Yeah, they shame on NFL, man.
Yeah, they don't want to share the profits. That's all it is.
Yeah, shame.
Yeah, but I got at least 3 things I wanted to mention, and then I'm gonna get off and let you talk about it. One, if the Cowboys don't pull the trigger and get a one tech that's a big name, or at least somebody that could help Mozzie out with better rotation than the guys behind him. What do you think about our defense kind of doing a lot of run blitzing schemes. Would that help? Two, I hate the statement that somebody made about, and I know some content creators made this statement that, a lot of us are trying to push for Deuce Vaughn to make the team because of his dad and the story. And I just feel like that statement is just, I don't know what the right word is for it, but it's kind of demeaning to me. Because for me, I'm pushing for Deuce Vaughn to make the team because of what I saw on film. Like, we saw him go up against defenses in a real live action game. I know mostly it's been preseason.
Right.
But in my opinion, he's been used wrong, and there's a few players on this team that's been used incorrectly with regards to their skills. And I just think that we have, a coaching staff that might put him in the correct spot. And I think there is a world where you can have Deuce Vaughn and what's his name, Jadon Blue, along with Turpin. Like, who says that having so many people that have speed is too much? Like, we need weaponry on this team.
We do.
Yeah, but and then I think my third thing is as far as still talking about the defense, what do they have to do to be a number one defense? Because I think that's kind of the missing piece of why we failed in most of our postseason and have postseason woes, because our defense wasn't on the upper echelon at times. And I don't know if it's going to take a lot, or if we have a way of doing that even this year, or maybe that's asking for too much. But thank you so much for your time, Lal, and how about those Cowboys, and you have a nice day.
Good call from you as well.
Thank you.
And let me tackle the first part of it. Rolanda, when you blitzing, if you're going to utilize your defense to blitz, that means you are inefficient in some ways, right? And you're trying to fabricate a way to get home. Now, some teams master that by having guys to get home on their blitzes. But when you blitzing, that means you're sending more than they can block, and good quarterbacks know how to pick that apart, right? So a team that live by the gun dies by the gun. You can't be a team that blitz and expected to get it done throughout the course of the season. These football players, they get paid to millions of dollars, right? And the great quarterbacks, it's better to not blitz them, right? It's better to not blitz Pat Mahomes. It's better to not blitz Joe Burrows. It's better to blitz Jalen Hurts, but it's better to not blitz Dak Prescott, because they have been known to really find out how to read, get the ball out, and hit said targets, right? So I'm not beating up a team that do blitz, but it's better to not blitz in certain situations. But you can throw a few wrinkles here and there if you are a team that can sneakily blitz a team, right? Far as the Deuce Vaughn comment, we want Deuce Vaughn to make the team because he earned it, not because his last name is Vaughn and his daddy is on the coaching staff, right? So we want him to earn this spot. Now, there's not a lot of bad tape on Deuce Vaughn. But the problem is a conundrum. There's not a lot of good tape on Deuce Vaughn. So how do you get out there to have fun with Vaughn? Is that he got to get out there to play. Running backs got to have a vibe or a feeling. There have been known study cases where running backs can have terrible first quarters, great to medium or to average second quarters, and then elite fourth quarters because their vision, the game itself slows down. So with Deuce Vaughn, Dano Deuce, Tiny Deuce, no matter who Deuce it is, we want him to ultimately make this particular team because he earned it, not because of his last name. And he could be a specialized weapon for us if Connor Riley can get the K-State version of Deuce Vaughn here. Connor Riley coached him here. So hopefully that could be a situation for us. Yes, indeed. Jay Lombardi said, don't blitz Dak. He'll make him pay, right? But at the end of the day, to be the number one defense in the National Football League, you got to have more than just playmakers. You got to have discipline. You got to have the total embodiment of personnel. You got to be a team that can make adjustments. They say that a great front seven will make a great secondary. The argument goes on and on. A great secondary will make a great front seven, meaning that if players is the quarterback patting the ball to hold on to the ball and they can't find a window to throw the ball to, then that's what we call coverage sacks. But in my opinion, and this is my opinion, if you look through the history of time, great defenses got the finite ability to stop the run and to create turnovers. Stop the run and create turnovers. You want teams to be one-dimensional. If you can get teams to force to throw the ball into tight windows, the interceptions will come. The batted or PBUs will come. It will come. Pause if necessary. But you got to be a disciplinary team. There's no hero ball. And if you look at the last two Super Bowls that were won, the Eagles, to that degree, they had a good front seven. They were able to create pressure with 4. Keep that in mind. They created pressure with 4. That's a good situation to do. Why, Lord? Why? You have 5 offensive linemen that got to be down on the line. It's a numbers game. And if I can penetrate and create pressure with 4, I got more guys with eyes on the ball than you can go through your progressions. And if you can't run out of that, it would be a situation that your quarterback will make the mistake. It doesn't matter if he's even Pat Mahomes. A one-dimensional team will not win it at all. Shout out to you, Counter. Count up 214. Appreciate you, man. Count up 214. I don't know why I keep calling you Counter. So that's why I state that it's very important. It's super important that if your base of your defense, from the trenches, you win in that, and then everything else will work its way out tremendously. Tremendously. Now, far as that pretty much entails all what she said. Far as where we are at right now, we are not in that wheelhouse right now where we can create pressure only with 4. We're not there yet. So being the number one defense right now, that's equivalent to my other guy who said we're going to go undefeated, right? It's equivalent. There's equivalency of that. So what I'm shooting for is top 15, top 10. But if we get 1, that's a cherry, man. That's what Boosie was talking about with the areola on the you know, I ain't gonna say it too early, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, you got to figure out a way to get into that particular wheelhouse, Cowboy Nation. The AI said our Monster One Tech would do it, you know. Yeah, congratulations on Solomon's engagement. Yeah, he took his lady to somewhere where you can oversee the sunset cascading off into the mountains there. It was nice. If no one else calls in, man, I really appreciate you guys so much for the show. Yeah. I appreciate everybody for jumping in on the show. My guy said areola you know, what Boo said, I'm the nipple on the, you know what I'm talking about. You know, that's what I was trying to get at, but I didn't want to say nipple, I guess. But areola is just as bad. Yeah.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I got Coach, man. But y'all get what I'm going with it, man. Coach understood what I was trying to say, man. Coach, what's good with you, man?
What's good is we need to make sure we hit that like and follow button and share, because this brother is putting it in the work.
Appreciate
Do you ever sleep, my brother?
I do. The beard take naps, and I take, the daydreams from it.
Right, my brother. Hey, when does camp start, and when do I need to have my annual donation in for that?
All right, so the camp starts. Oh, I can't say it out loud right now.
Okay.
Oh, I can't say it out loud.
Live.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I just need to make sure I got forewarning on my donation, brother.
Okay. All right. So, but it's next month though, in July.
Sure. Okay, it's in July. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you the date frames. I'm gonna text you the date range because I got them. My insider sources at least gave me that.
Well, my insider says shit, gotta help fit in, because to keep this thing going and circulating, and you want to listen to them sorry birds talk about birds, then you go ahead. But to contribute over here, I'm gonna pitch in so I can get in.
Coach, what you doing? What you doing on the 26th though, Coach?
Not is it 26th or 28th?
The 26th is when have you ever heard of Authentic Mike?
No, I've not heard of Authentic Mike. I'll show up.
I'm gonna send it to you this time. This is a real live event, bro. It's gonna be nice, man. I'd like for you to show up.
Yeah, I'll show up. Is it in Frisco or is it in Dallas? What part of the world?
It's gonna be in Frisco.
All right, I'll be there, brother. But I gotta say it again, man. I want to help contribute to make you grow and develop. I'm a nobody in this world. I might have coached a lot of NFL athletes. I know what that feeling looks like, but the greatest feeling is watching somebody grow, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Damn, you can't beat that.
Sure, right.
You cannot beat it. And in our time of development, man, you're becoming a legend in my world. That's what I want to see.
I thank you so much for that, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Last week we had you down a little bit, but they didn't have you on the ropes. They just had you on the tops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that mother thing, it always comes back, man. It'll keep coming back.
It's I know it's coming though, because you got Mother's Day, and then my mom's birthday is always June 9th. So I mean, we used to dedicate a lot of stuff for moms on her birthday. So it was like back to back, like dog.
Yeah. But hey, you got family and friends, man. Just reach out, bro. I like I said before I ever met you, I said I owe you, and you didn't understand. You uplift so many people in those times of needs. When you're a Cowboy fan, get it put to you, you got to talk to somebody about it. When you, hey man, you do good work.
Man, I
do a lot of good for our community. So, So let's make sure we, like I said, hit the like and follow button.
No doubt, man.
Please.
I thank you so much, Coach, for your love and support, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
That's a good call.
Thank you, my brother.
Anytime.
All right.
That's Coach AJ, man, from the 316. And, a lot of time people think that it's always remunerations, right? It's something to do with money and all of that stuff. But your support, man, if you don't have the kind that folds, man, here's a receipt paper right here, how to support an entrepreneur friend. Share their business posts on all social medias. That's $0, man. Hype them up, man. We need it, man. We getting slammed with left and right. It's triple harder to do it my way than to go work for a 3-letter or 4-letter establishment, right? Or to hold my head down with my hand out and say, hey, let me dim my light so that I can shine on the back end, right? It's easier to join in with a partnership with someone else versus just doing it all by myself. And I'm not saying that I would never work with an entity, but you got to understand that it's difficult. So to hype them up is zero cost to that. Recommend them to your network of folks, man. It's zero cost to that, man. And celebrate their wins. There's nothing, no harm in celebrating our wins. And then be patient with the journey. Now, there's some stuff that I can do to accelerate my growth by, stripping my shirt off and then throwing eggs all in my face and sliding down a pole into the swimming pool or something. Be a male stripper around this thing. Talking about, hey, subscribe to Law Nation. Look at the first guy to ever slide down a pole with two of them. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that you can do to give you that type of Kai Cenat type of stuff. And what's the other guy named? Speed, whereas he go rushing and racing people. And there's one other, Drewski. How you say that man's name? Drewski? You can be famous that way, but that ain't me, man. And then you got to understand that, shoot, I'm about 25 years older than those guys. You don't want to see no 45-year-old man doing all of that stuff, So at the end of the day, it is difficult doing it the right way, but this is the best way. Ain't this right? I got the 682. Yeah, Speed Crazy, whatever that. What's his name, y'all? What's his name? Speed something. But I got 682. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good? What's the Loud Nation? Loud Nation.
Nothing much, man. All is great, man. What's good with you, bro?
Long time listener. It's been a minute since I've been able to call in, but yeah, I appreciate you, bro. I like to give you flowers. I appreciate your show and what you do for us.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
But yeah, I got like contained excitement about the boys this year. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I like, Flus is back.
Yep.
I like Shotty's at the helm. But that Clayton Adams, the way he be talking about them horses up front, how they gonna be violent, man, that excites me.
Yeah.
That they gonna be violent, that they gonna cause some havoc. I like that mentality that they got, because we need them boys, that offensive line and the defensive line. We need them to show out so we can do some things.
Yeah. I think that if we run like the violent running, it's like, do you remember when we did play against Denver that year that they beat the brakes off of us?
Yeah.
They had Javonte Williams. It was Javonte Williams and the other guy who kept fumbling the ball. I forgot his name. Gordon or something like that. But he didn't fumble that day. He didn't fumble that day. And it was just the nature on how they ran against us. Like, we knew we was going to be in for a long day. I want us to have that for once, right?
Yeah.
I think we can have that for once of when you going in to see the Cowboys, here's this unknown, no-name guy, Javonte Williams, 33, who's wearing the great, Tony Dorsett number, is running on them Eagles, is running on the Giants or whoever we played week 3. I want us to have that type of tone. And if we can do that, bro, look, I'll be sold. I think I am sold on this team, but I will be extremely sold with Shotty, and I'm going to move him up from a 6.5 to an 8.5. If you can just give us that type of energy.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, we can get that one game going, and if we could just have a decent defense, I think we're going to make some noise this year.
Yeah.
I think we're going to make some noise. We got a lot of people on the team that they got things to prove, like, what's the guy's name?
Well, we got a lot of guys to prove. Williams got things to prove. Miles Sanders got things to prove. Donovan, not Donovan, but Deuce, he got to prove a lot. Pickens, to a degree, he got a lot to prove. We got some people that got a lot to prove.
A lot of former first-round picks on this team that got things to prove.
Man, and if they can embody the fact that we don't need anybody, we got ourselves, man, God dog, boy, we on our right pathway. And I think that's what Shotty secretly is trying to do here. Shotty got a lot of things to prove.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got the most to prove. He got the most to prove because can you imagine, fam? You've been on a job, been overlooked, underlooked, side looked, and all of this stuff for the last 20 to 25 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time to be affiliated with affiliated with the NFL for the last 20 to 25 years. And this is your first time getting a shot at being a head coach.
Yeah. I think he's ready though. I think, they like the best thing is to, always stay ready. I think he's been ready for a while.
Yeah. And unleash, man. Unleash Shotty, man. And we gonna all get shotties, man. Shirts and everything. Yeah, Mingo got something to prove. Somebody like, don't forget about Mingo, Law.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a visor, turn it to the back, represent Shotty.
Oh, man, I need to give me one by the time I make it out to Oxnard. I have my Shotty hat. And I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna come call him and tell him, sign it on up, man. Yeah, that's what we gonna do, bro. I appreciate you for calling in. What else you got for me, man? What's your name so I can lock you in too, man?
Phil the Flavor.
Phil. Maffa, what'd you say?
The Flavor.
The Flavor. Oh, Phil the Flavor. Wait a minute. All right, man. Appreciate you.
It's been a minute.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, appreciate you. Have a good one.
You too, man. Y'all gotta feel the flavor, man. Blue gotta prove it too, man. Man, we got a lot of, the two people that got to prove it that they wanted the most out of anything will be Shotty, Dak Prescott. Oops, did I say that out loud? Dak Prescott. Y'all give me what I'm saying? It's like there's no hate that Dak got to prove it. But they've been counting him out. I think that there was a report out there that stated that he had the longest tenure of any quarterback on one team, like this current team. Like, he's been with the Cowboys, is going into his 10th season, right? Or is he going into his 9th season? Somewhere along the ways, those numbers. Nobody been on their team the longest like Dak Prescott. So that's crazy, man. I got big homage from the 202. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys? Y'all.
Y'all, yeehaw. Come on with it.
Hey, thank you for the opportunity again. And I've been grieving a little bit. I lost a dear cousin of mine. So I've not been around, call in, but I appreciate the time. But, it hurts sometimes when you lose a dear one. So with that said, we'll transition to our game, our football. We need some laughs, and we need to take our mind off things sometimes. But
right.
I got to, and that helps. And I appreciate what you're doing all the time.
Thank you, man.
Sam Williams, 54, the Manster's number.
Yeah.
I see Sam Williams breaking out. And I saw your clip. He added some, I don't know how big he is, but to me, he is that physical specimen. He is Randy White. I mean, I think he has all the talent in the world. I just hope those knees hold up. He's not just a defensive end. I think he could kick. I think he could do some special things inside, but we'll see. I don't know how he's going to be used, but I look forward to Sam Williams. And there's a lot of players out there, but Sam Williams, I love Sam Williams. I don't like him. I love him.
Okay. Yeah.
So I hope. So I hope he stays. What do you think about Sam breaking out? And how they're going to deploy him? I don't know, but what are your thoughts?
I think it's been a long time coming, and he played outside linebacker at Mississippi and then he was converted on the edge. So he was considered to be like a 3-4 outside linebacker. But now, we playing a 4-3. He's going to be in a contract year, little over 600 snaps with 8 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. I think he's going to show up this year because Sam Williams, the only thing that was a lot of people was talking about was discipline and maturity, and I think that he checks off on all of those things. Big Amish.
Yeah, no. Oh, I forgot the one added dimension to this and to comparison. Randy White, don't forget, he was drafted as a linebacker. Tom Landry had to switch him up to defensive tackle. For the first 2 years, it was the third year that they switched into DT. So he was probably calling him a bust for the first 2 years, kind of. Something to think about. So I have high hopes on him, and as far as Dak's concerned, I agree with you. There's going to be pressure, no matter what we say.
Yeah,
there's got to be pressure on him because it's his team.
Yeah,
everything rides with him. Right or wrong, it's his team, just like any other quarterback. Man. So at the end of the day, that's what we got.
No doubt, man.
Oh, real quickly, I was going to say also, George Pickens, George Pickens. I mean, his position flex. I could see him because he could block as well.
Yeah,
you could see him in those in the 13 packages where he could, or even if you change it to a 4, I guess a 4 package or 14, where he could switch from a wide receiver and line up as a tight end blocking as well. And they would have to keep a safety over the top anyway. I mean, the type of offense that we're going to run, and I'm hoping it's going to be this way. Everything's telling us it's going to be something special, and I'm hoping on it. But the position flex on our offensive players is going to create so many mismatches on defense. What's your thoughts on that?
Well,
I'll leave you with that.
No doubt, man. Position flex is going to be a thing, and yes, Big Amish. Let me hear you say it though, man, and I want to hear you say it before I let you go.
How about them Cowboys? Y'all.
Yeah, man, that's my guy, man. Condolences out to you and your family, man, and he was the last caller, right? Position flex is a major thing, and we got to figure that part out, especially as it relates to positions on the wide receiver being multiples, the position and thought track of the defensive side. We got to have that there as well. I want to say, let me pull this audio, and my guy Brandon Laurie, he absolutely had this last week, and I thought that I played it before, but I want to expound upon it again about what he said as far as positioning flex. And that's why you've seen some footages of last season of Kevontae Turpin running it in the backfield. And it's just to keep teams honest, man. And let me know if you guys can hear this audio.
I wanted to pick your brain on the run game a little bit because you are. I mean, I've always thought from your dad and with you, you've always had a good running game everywhere you've gone. And it seems like right now, everyone from the Shanahan tree is having a tremendous success. And you talk about the outside zone.
Listen properly.
You, depending on your offensive line and your runner, what can you do from a coaching standpoint to try and help them have more success and give you some advantage in the run game?
Yeah, I think here's what's crazy about the league right now. What we see defenses trying to catch up. What do I mean by that? We've always been the ones that control what I call the rules of engagement, which means we pick the personnel, we pick the formation, we pick the motion, we pick the shift, we pick we pick everything. And so run or pass. And what you see from defenses now is the multiplicity of defenses that we're seeing and the amount of fronts that we're having to block has made it a lot harder. And so what we believe as a staff and what we want to be is we want to be multiple. Mm-hmm. And
now, the key is, and shout out to 105.3 The Fan. They do a great job all together, and The key is multiples. I want you to cover every blade of grass, offensively and defensively, when you see us coming. I don't want this to be only to one side of it, Cowboy Nation, whereas I know you about to pass it. I want us to be multiple. And that's what Big Amish was getting at, like where we going to have to be at.
What we want to be is we want to be multiple, and our multiplicity should help us attack the entire field, right? Whereas again, a lot of the Shanahan guys. I mean, I remember watching Mike and his guys run it, to perfection with Terrell Davis and those guys, the outside zone. But we want to be multiple, and we're going to run our outside zones, but we're going to have a little inside zone, and we're going to get the ball on the perimeter. And here comes Cavante Turpin, and he's going to get, we just feel like that helps you stay ahead of the curve.
So he saw he'd throw in Cavante Turpin. So, his name is Show Speed. Shout out to you, Ro. Appreciate you, man. I was looking for that guy's name. Show Speed. He raced Ashton Hall, the guy that be dipping his head in the Saratoga water. He raced him, and I think he won. He raced the guy like 4 or 5 times and stuff like that. But neither here nor there. That type of content, it'd be a fast pace for me to get to probably 500,000 subscribers. But we don't do that version of content here. And the age difference is crazy. It's just crazy, man. Show Speed is super. These are super young guys, and I'm older than Jason Witten, so I can't be doing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Me and Tony Romo the same ages around here. It wouldn't be like my cup of tea, but I get it. That's what that age and generation is doing now. And shout out to all of those boys. But at the end of the day, Cowboy Nation, multiples is what we're getting at. And somebody watching is like, Law, you super young because I'm old enough to be Tony Romo's dad. All of this stuff. So it is for what it is. Speed race, Noah Lyles, the Olympic track. Yeah. The dude is fast. The dude, him, Kai Sinai, and all of those new ages, man, like the new age kids, man, they do crazy good stuff on these platforms, and they're able to grow it real fast, And shout out to them. There's no hate towards what they do. I ain't going to be like Ray J saying, hey, I need to be on the platform, man. I'll take a shower with y'all, Ray J wildin', boy. He wanted to be a part of that so bad. But, as we depart today, man, I really, really love this episode. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for the support. Let me go to one more joke. Can I do one more joke before I go, man? I like this little pose right here, this dude right here. Let me see if I can find
So the reason why I'm getting a divorce, because when I woke up, it was my birthday. My wife didn't know it was my birthday.
Yeah.
My son didn't know it was my birthday. I went to work. My co-workers didn't know it was my birthday. And my manager called me in and said, Mario. I said, I get in there, and she said, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I said, oh, thanks. Then she said, you want to get some lunch? And I was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, you want to go back to my place? And I was like, all right. So I went back to her place, and she was like, let me step in my room. I'll be right back. She got back 5 minutes later, and my kids, my co-workers, my wife was all there to say happy birthday with a cake, and I was on the couch butt naked. So the reason why I'm getting a divorce, because when I...
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God, that boy thought you. Hey man, it was a trap, man. Hey, that brother thought. Oh my gosh, his boss must be something bad too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed, boy. I heard that joke before too, by the way. Oh my, his wife, his kids, everybody was there. His auntie, uncle, everybody was there, man. Yeah. So don't get caught up when people don't acknowledge you on your day. They could be planning out for you, y'all. They could be working to get you going in the right directions, So keep that in mind. I'm helping the world, I'm helping somebody. Because somebody on their birthday, they might not get the interactions that they want. Some people on Father's Day, they probably didn't get the Happy Father's Day note and envelope and all of this stuff. Just never make that mistake. What old boy said. Yeah, I said ankle. I meant to say uncle. But I'm laughing down to my ankles over here. He thought he was getting some other stuff for birthdays, But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. If you are here for the very first time and you enjoy this stream, even though over here we talk it all, Cowboys, football, sports commentary, and beyond, I want you to put some flames in the chat for your boy. I want you guys to be able to help the nation out with some flames in the chat. Yeah, come on with it. Let's pour this chat up. Put some flames in there. Yoga flame is possible. If possible. I can't talk today. Come on with it. Let me see if I can set this room up better. Hey, what's going on with my thing? Here we go. Put some flames in there for your boy while I build this room. It's all about heart, soul, and sinew and determinations of your mind. And it can all happen. One day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick. You be stacking these together. Mama said there'll be days literally just like this. I appreciate you, Ace Boogie. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you, Jay Fuller. Verde. Thank you. That's on the, I want to say, the Facebook side. I appreciate all of my family members. There we go. I'm trying to fix the room up as we depart. From my studios to yours. They say that prize fighter, even when he's down, he continue to swing. That's me, baby. We gonna continue to fight around here. We going to. Shout out to all. Now, tell me not in mourn for numbers life. Big Amish is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, and life is earnest, but the grave is not its goal. Dust I are, to dust return, wasn't even spoken to this soul. In his broad fields of battle, ambivalence of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be that hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us, we can live our lives sublime in departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time. I say that whenever I hear someone who passed away. That when we look back at our lives, what footprints do we leave? What valleys that we done chopped down and went through to help the next man out, to pave the way. Do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can, to take the calculated risks, to dream, to build, to solidify my legacy. What will it take for us to stand tall with this? when I'm dead and gone, where they say, this Law Nation right here, oh my goodness, that's a trailblazer. He did the unthinkable. He did the impossible because he understood if you read impossible slower, you will see that it states, I'm possible. I can get it done. And even though there are roadblocks, there are shortcomings, you would know that it goes down in history that Law Nation, he's going to fight to the core and fight to the end. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation, and everyone else that's watching and listening. Fight to the end. And understand, I'm possible. You can't look at impossible the same anyway, right? What we tell them?
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check.
Come on. Tell them run it up and roll those credits. Roll Tide too. Come on. Law. Come on. Shout out to you, Sean D. I Rock. JC.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
Come on.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me. Put the likes in the chat.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Come on.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, baby.
I wake up,
Law
down,
Nation.
no drip this.
Tell them run it up. My credits are broken, but y'all can feel the credits rolling in your mind. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jason Barnes, man. Thank you for the $20 cash app. Damone Smith, Philly. Come on. I call my guy David Woods. Come on. Sean Day. Shout out to you, Lamont. Barry, come on. Come on, Bets. Not mines.
I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Yeah.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up
To my name. I wake up. Tell them run it up.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Got nothing but love for you.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night.
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it, guys. When you chop my dope down, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, and then you call it Blue Magic.
Come on. New house, baby. Where Robert at? Where Robert Newhouse at? Come on with it. Are you Robert? Yeah.
You must be out your goddamn mind.
If you haven't hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Bring me out. Shame. 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 Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe.
Shout out to you and you. Let the street lights get you all alone. What we tell them? Danger. Don't let the street lights hit you.
Can I be your player too? I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
Shout to you.
Seven more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was one love. 7 wonders all in.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Don't let the street lights leave you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights leave you.
They are true. I follow wherever you go.
Whatever you do, play it too.
You remember. Y'all ready to go? Let's get it. Let's play some good lies, man. Yeah. Come on, choir.
Then forever doesn't feel that far.
It's an evil world we live in.
So far. If a paper crane can fly,
Fly on, fly on.
fly on.
I'm thinking about my next post. That's why. Hey. Sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies. The sounds of Law Nation Sports.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
What we tell them?
Tell you good night.
Come on.
'Cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh.
And they understand the
Tell you
cost.
good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what. Ooh. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah. Nothing can stop me. My turn. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. You must be out of your goddamn mind. Good night. 'Cause I'll find no matter what.
Blue Magic. That's a brand name. I stand behind it.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Until next time.
And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or you're giving tangibly, bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the photo. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the, take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship.
Oh my goodness, it is you.
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is
in the
easy,
words
friends.
of Uncle Charles.
This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
On any given Sunday.
That's it.
Yeah, depend on you.
If you win or lose,
You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
that was say yeah. That ending, man. When he said yeah, man, that takes me all the time, man. All right, y'all. Love y'all. DC for life, not for short. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll go look at some film and footages, man. I can go on and on for hours, but let me get on up out of here, man. One love, DC for life. Appreciate y'all. It was a, yeah, that part right there, boy, that gets me every time. And let me know who y'all dark horse is, man. And get on up there. Come on, horse. Get on up there. Yeah. And I already got my dog over here. George. Down, boy. Until next time. Salute. We out.